Did you know that the Roman Emperor Caligula once built a bridge out of boats that stretched over 3 miles? Here's the quick history. Emperor Caligula rose to power after his great-uncle Tiberius died under suspicious circumstances. At first, Caligula was a good emperor and made the populace very happy. However, he became very sick, and while he recovered from his sickness physically, he appears to have never recovered from it mentally. He began to murder his relatives and commit atrocities against the Roman people, soon becoming Rome's worst emperor yet. One of the things that he did was to build a bridge of boats between two cities that was over 3 miles long. Historians think that there are a few reasons he might have done this. One might have been to show how powerful he was and how much he could force other people to do whatever he wanted. Another was that he wanted to outdo another historical leader named Xerxes. Xerxes was the leader of the Persian Empire and famously crossed from Asia to Europe on floating platforms. Caligula's bridge would be much longer than Xerxes. A third reason was that Tiberius, his great-uncle, once received a prophecy that said that Caligula had as much of a chance of becoming emperor as he did of crossing the Bay of Baiae on a horse. Because of this prophecy, Caligula chose to build his bridge from the city of Baiae to the city of Puteoli. Baiae was a notorious party town of ancient Rome and is often referred to as the Las Vegas of the Roman Empire. Caligula began building his bridge in 39 AD, beginning in Baiae. Merchant boats and military boats in harbor, or sailing nearby, were forced to join the bridge. The boats were doubled up in 2 rows, making the bridge very wide as well. It took until 40 AD to build, stretching over 3 miles across the bay. Once the bridge was completed, dirt and sand were poured over the decks of the adjacent boats until a path stretched from one end of the bridge to the other that resembled an actual Roman road. Once this unique bridge was complete, Caligula rode across it on his horse. He was wearing a golden cloak and the armor of Alexander the Great himself. Pit stops were set up on the boats so the emperor could stop for drinks along the way. He rode back and forth across the bridge for 2 whole days, accompanied by his friends and his bodyguards. The construction of this bridge had unintended consequences, however. Many of the ships that were hijacked for the bridge were grain ships carrying vital shipments of grain for Italy. As a result, Roman Italy suffered extreme famine due to these grain shortages, not relieved until after Caligula's death. Caligula's madness was not tolerated much longer, and he was assassinated in 41 AD, only a year after he built his massive floating bridge.